Ew. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We're in the floating eye.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. We're in the floating eye. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
God.
Oh. Hello. And welcome to the car. I'm kind of surprised that I kept that up for that long.
Into the recording. It's already a minute into the recording. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, wow. I'm getting better at it. But anyway, hello, house guests, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay, and I'm claustrophobic, Darren! And today I am drinking fruit punch. Is there caffeine in this? Yes. Why? Because Lord knows I need it. But if I was drinking things out of anything else, obviously it would be in a cup mug.
Yes.
Hello. Cup mug. Yes, cup mug. Lewis isn't here, so we're 100% cup mug today. Mug.
Can Kimchi and Naomi Smalls bring that back, please? Because I love
And can they have Jennifer Coolidge as their first guest?
Oh, absolutely.
So she can just say, mug. I don't know why I associate Jennifer Coolidge with Big Brother UK, but whatever.
Sure.
Regardless, if you would like to get some cup merch, including but not limited to the cup mug trademark, we're working on the trademark. Make sure to go to lanagcreations.etsy.com. Link is in the description below, and we do ship domestically and internationally, so there are no excuses. We're looking at you, UK. Hello. Drink your tea out of your cup mug while you are watching BB UK every night.
Yes. And on that note, my name is Aneesa Logan, also known as Sam DB, also known as Sam de Monteverde. We're not going to go through the whole thing just because it's been But in my lovely The Cup Mug, I do have some water and just would like to say one thing. I want food.
Yes! I love it. Oh, wow.
This has been a week.
Oh, wow. This has been a fucking week. God. So we are here. Normally, this would be our second episode of the week talking about BB UK. However, we didn't do that this week. So we are here. Regardless, we're going to be talking all about BB UK. Week 2, the whole damn week.
The whole damn week, yeah.
So we're probably going to forget shit. And you know what? Let us be. Life is lifing, okay?
And you're welcome to highlight some of those moments we definitely forget in the comments below.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Yes.
But we're going to be talking about everything from Farida's eviction, from the aftermath of Farida's eviction, all the way through our second live eviction. We're going to be talking about all of that. But first, before we dive in, make sure to subscribe because we're going to be here usually twice a week talking about BB UK for the next, it's only 4 more weeks.
I believe so.
And there's 14 people in the house still?
Yeah. Oh.
The math ain't mathin', Aneesa.
The math is not mathing. I mean, maybe there's double evictions. Maybe.
I hope they put up like 7 people for eviction and they just eliminate like 4 of them at once.
Right.
And if one of them is not Carrie, I'm going to be upset.
Right. Because obviously, I think everyone's expecting like, final 5 by the end of week 6.
Probably. Well, there'll probably be like another eviction, maybe like the Wednesday of that week to get rid of like 1 or 2 people, and then it's top 5.
Yeah,
it's kind of what I'm anticipating.
It could be like a surprise eviction, kind of thing.
Welcome to the surprise eviction, Dafa. So yeah, we've got a week worth of stuff to talk about. We've got all of the Farida eviction aftermath, the shopping task, the nominations, several rule breaks. God, it's so much.
But mind you, it's very entertaining.
Oh, I'm very entertained by this season. I'm happy it's back. I'm happy it's back. My opinions have changed on many people. But I mean, we'll talk about it. But let's pull up our beautiful, lovely cast graphic minus some Farida.
Sadly.
Goodbye, Farida. Honestly, I'm fine with it. But knowing the information we know now about the person that was up against her for eviction, I would have rather had seen her get evicted.
Same with me. But I do understand either or.
I'm really disappointed in Carrie.
I am.
I really am. Like, just off the bat, I'm disappointed in Carrie.
Mm-hmm. Get Carrie out. Get
Carrie out. And they should have. But it's fine. I mean, then again, more than 2 people should have been up for eviction this week, but we'll talk about it. So, if that stays a trend, I'm like, that, I don't like that, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do they only have 2 phone lines that they can use at any given time on ITV? Like, is that what it is? Like,
I think that's kind of my main issue with this voting window. It's only 15 minutes on the night of.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like they need to be doing, because they do nominations, what, on Thursday?
Right.
And they find out Friday morning, and then the eviction is Friday.
Yeah.
Like, I need nominations on Wednesday. I need them to find out on Thursday. And then I need, like, I don't know. It's just, I know it's ITV and we're switching over and it's a new thing and, like, whatever. But just, the voting window just needs to be bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger. I mean, this is coming from someone who can't even vote. So, like.
Yeah. It's same with myself. I can't vote.
I'm just here for the laws and.
For sure.
All of that. I was going to say, I think Carrie is the person that I've had my opinion changed negatively the most. I don't know if you will agree.
I would agree. Yeah.
Who do you think then who has had the most positive change, or who are you liking?
Most positive change? Maybe I would say maybe like a Chanel.
I'm loving Chanel.
I'm actually loving Chanel.
Her personality is popping out, and I will say her getting the backhanded compliment,
which we'll talk
Big Brother. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was fun.
I really enjoyed that, especially with Chanel's personality.
I think for me, and I didn't dislike this person whatsoever in week 1, but now that we've seen a little bit more of her, I think for me it's going to be Naki. And I did like her in week 1, but I'm really enjoying her now.
Yeah, I'm very glad that we're getting a lot more of Naki and Chanel.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So we start out, it is right after Farida's eviction. And as soon as Farida is gone, Trish and Naki are calling out a lot of people, but specifically Olivia.
Yeah.
For the way that she reacted regarding Farida's eviction. And we all know that Olivia is not a big fan of Farida.
No.
Corn and salmon.
Don't eat my fish.
That's a pretty good Olivia. I'll be honest. That's a pretty good Olivia.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad.
No, Louis would do it best if he was here.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, they're just like, you have, like, basically it's just like they had no humility when it came to the eviction. She was just like, do we clap now? I can't do Olivia. She's like, do we clap now? I'm like,
When you hear
What?
noise, you clap.
And then everybody out, like, it literally felt like it was the Carrie coalition just like jumping on her, and then everybody else was kind of like, oh my God, Farida. And then the Carrie coalition was like, oh my God, wait, we should also say goodbye to Farida. Like, okay, work.
Yeah.
I will say, I did love Olivia, and I think it was actually cut from the eviction itself, but Olivia being like, stop crying. I'm like, yeah, I'm with you there, girl. Like, but, and then we got, I think it was Henry and Jordan in the bedroom.
The bed. Oh, the bed.
Looking at Farida's bed as if it's a casket. And they're like, do you have any words do you want to say any words about Farida? And Jordan just goes, no, she probably wouldn't listen anyway.
Yeah.
Obsessed with Jordan.
I'm way the love
the Henry and Jordan of it all is so interesting. The Henry, Jordan, and Maddie of it all is very interesting. I'm glad that the gays are dominating this house on the male side. I will say,
we got Henry, we got Jordan, we got Maddie, we got Jenkins? ?
I think so. I don't ever want to speculate, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. For this entire week, where's Tom? I forgot Tom was in this house.
Okay, we did get some Tom towards the end of the week. Where there was a task he was involved in.
Yes.
But otherwise, where was Tom?
Tom can go. Tom is providing me absolutely nothing.
Like, we haven't exactly had a moment of, like, Tom open. Or, not that I would remember, of, like, Tom opening up, you know?
No, Tom can go. Paul can go for all of his homophobic and transphobic rhetoric online prior to the show. Fuck you, Paul. Carrie can go. Fuck you, Carrie. Dylan looks nice. We can keep Dylan. I don't think he's done anything problematic. We could keep Dylan.
I don't mind Dylan. No,
I don't mind Dylan either. But yeah, then we see the shopping arrives from the luxury shopping budget we got last week.
Yes.
They need to learn how to shop.
And I will say, with this week, it's gotten better.
Well, that's because they had an economy shopping budget.
Not soon. We'll talk about it.
Oh, God, we will. We also see Trish and Olivia kind of squash their beef for now. Like, they're like, for now. I emphasizing for now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Chanel's backhanded compliment task, which I loved.
Yes, and I have taken note of these compliments.
Good.
So basically, first of all, we get the signal of like. Also, can I just say shout out to whoever's like managing the whole like Big Brother like voice and whatnot, because I just love the humor that they bring as well. It's like unintentional, low-key. It's super almost similar to like Jordan kind of humor.
Agreed.
Which is why I love the Jordan Diary Room sessions.
It seems like there might only be one Big Brother.
I'm sure there is.
There used to be a couple,
right?
And there's one. There always used to be one woman.
Yeah.
And now I guess there's not.
I guess there's not, but I'm okay. I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining necessarily either, but
yes. So we get the signal. Chanel, if you can hear me, pick your nose in front of Holly. Then we go straight to Carrie. Compliment Carrie's sweater, which was like, it almost looks like something Maddie would wear. It's like almost like a knitted sweater, black, and it had like pink stars on it. And she's like, "Oh, it's lovely, but it looks like something you would find in a circus."
Ooh.
Then we get to Maddie's hat, where he had this like black gray hat with like the bunny ears. We got Maddie. That hat's lovely. It reminds me of the were rabbit in Wallace and Gromit.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Dylan tries it on too, and she's like, "Oh, Dylan, you actually look good."
That was shady.
I'm like, it's shady to where she killed 2 birds with 1 stone in that. Then we get over to Jenkin complimenting his Welsh accent,
Oh my god.
making her ears bleed apparently. And I love Jenkins' reaction to this, being like, "Oh, fuck off," kind of thing.
Oh, fuck you. Nope, not even gonna try to do accents anymore, honestly.
I can't do a Welsh accent for the life of me.
Nope.
Oh, Jordan. Honestly, Jordan's was my favorite because she ended up mishearing Big Brother being like, "Okay, so Jordan, compliment Jordan's smile," and she misheard it as style. So, she was like, "Okay, that shirt's lovely, but you can loosen it up." And then once she found out it was smile, it's like, "Oh, you could smile more." And once you get your teeth done, it'll look a lot better.
And then Jordan went and changed his shirt.
Jordan went and changed his shirt.
That was my favorite part. I was like, "Oh, Jordan, no."
Oh, next, compliment Dylan's hairdressing skills. And she just said it was shit. Not verbatim, but like she said it was shit.
It was shit, like, that babes.
And she was like, "Zach, how much do you care about the way you look?" It's the Chanel-isms of it all.
It honestly is.
And I love how she ends that off with, "Let's hope you stay long enough for your hair to grow out."
Oh my god. Shady boats.
And just like that, Chanel has won a bunch of sweets for the house.
Yay!
And they look good. I would like totally have some of those sweets.
Absolutely. And then they end this episode with like family photos, and it was sentimental, and I was like, I don't care. Honestly.
It was lovely.
It was fine.
It was. But we didn't get much of Tom. I was like,
who is Tom? Who is Tom?
Zach open up. We saw Maddie open up about his open relationship. We got Hallie. I believe we also got Carrie opening up. Oh, I remember Naki and Yinrin opening up as well.
Yeah. They're becoming friends, and I like it.
I really do like that. Like,
I enjoy it.
As long as Yinrin's happy, I'm happy.
At this point, absolutely, I agree with you. But so we get the next 2 days where we get the happy camp.
Yes, happy camp.
And Carrie just cannot stop complaining.
As soon as she saw the bathroom, she was like, "No.
I can't, Big Brother. I can't." Just complaining.
Right then and there, I'm sure that's when they failed the main task of it all.
Oh, 100%. If I'm being honest, I thought this task was dumb.
I also thought it was.
I didn't enjoy it. Like, I don't love having them, like, stand out in like the rain, quote unquote, for that long. The laughing task I thought was stupid.
I felt like filler.
This week, the first half of this week just felt like filler.
Yeah.
To me.
To me as well. And then we also get them pitching tents with Paul, Henry, Zach, Olivia, Trish, and Hallie.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I low key like was entertained by like Hallie complaining, being like, "I want food. I should be in the VIP glamping area. Because I did not break some of my acrylics in the mud for this."
And meanwhile, Olivia not doing a goddamn thing.
But I mean, somehow she made it.
And she got. I'm like, no bullshit, but whatever. But it is what it is.
Yes.
So that literally the task is all that happened on in episode 8.
Episode 8, as well as kind of the first half of episode 9.
And shifting into episode 9, we see Hallie apologizing to the house for kind of like the way she was acting in the task.
I had a bit of a diva moment.
I've seen a lot of people talking about how Hallie is trying to game the game without gaming the game.
Yes, I've seen a lot about that too.
And I mean, how she fully is playing the game because guess what? She got
In trouble for it, yeah.
Yeah, so she got a punishment. But a lot of people were like, oh, she's bringing that up now because she probably assumes that the next day is going to be nominations, which guess what it was. So I honestly get it. But a lot of people, Hallie included, are like trying to shift the target onto other people, and it ends up being Zach.
Mm-hmm.
For reasons that I'm honestly not that aware of.
I think it's just everyone like knows how Zach is like, and it's like, oh, we can see that they can see like, oh, it probably has to do with a lot of the clickiness of it all.
Yeah.
And I know that Zach is one of kind of the select few that hasn't really like been on a side per se.
Yeah. And that did him in.
It did do him in.
It did him in. I did from this episode as well. I liked the conversation that we got with Naki and Chanel. I hated the circumstances of it, but I like that these two were talking about it.
Yeah,
because Naki's just talking to Chanel about like not trying. She wasn't trying to be super pushy during the task. She wanted to be in the glamping whatever area.
Yeah.
But she was like, I don't want to come off too pushy because I don't want to come off as aggressive. And I don't need that narrative about me. And it's really unfortunate that she's having to censor herself in this way and not talk about what she wants in order to not be perceived this way. And it's just like, once again, stop. Universe, world, and the country of England and Wales and Northern Ireland.
And the Isle of Wight and the Isle of Man.
Which I could have also just said Great Britain, but I didn't. Anyway, to all of you, can we stop just assuming that Black women are aggressive? Can we please? Can we do that? That would be great. Because they're not.
They're not.
They're just voicing their opinions and their feelings like everybody else does. Thank you. But no, this along with just like how Naki has been all week. Like I said at the start, I liked her in week 1. She's moving way up the ranks for me as far as my top house.
Definitely. I also just love hearing her speak. I don't know. It's just something about her voice that I find
it's
really
melodic in such a beautiful way.
It's really soothing to the ear.
I love her. Unlike a lot of people in this house. Because we got some strong fucking accents this season.
Oh, we do.
And then we also see at the end of this episode, Jenkin is feeling like Hallie might be a little fake.
We do get that.
Girl. I mean, from his perspective, I understand that.
I definitely understand that.
And I also think Hallie is playing the game.
Yeah, and I don't think Jenkin's the only one that's seen that as well. But I do feel like there have been people that have seen like, that have said like, Hallie will do like one thing and then bring up another thing kind of thing.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes. I'm very interested to see how people's perceptions of Hallie are going to continue to change. Because I still like Hallie. I still think she's lovely. A lot of people have turned against Hallie.
Yes.
And if she's up for the public vote here soon,
she doesn't have a shot at staying.
I think if it's a vote to evict, depending on who she's up against,
yeah,
I think she's good. If it's a vote to save, I'm very worried.
I'm also very worried, depending on who she's up against.
Exactly. But I think she has a better shot if it's a vote to evict.
Yeah.
Because if it's a vote to evict, I feel like there's going to be other people up against her, such as potentially Henry, potentially Carrie, potentially Olivia.
Yeah.
Potentially Paul. All of which are people we'll talk about here in a second who did receive a bulk of nominations this week.
Yep.
So I think if she's up against some of those people, I think if it's a vote to evict, I think she stands a really good chance. Now, if she's up against someone like Trish or someone like
Yinrun.
God forbid Yinrun be up for eviction.
We do not.
God forbid.
No.
But like her, I would even say at this point, if she's in a vote to save against Jordan, I don't think she stands a chance.
Absolutely.
I think she's up against Naki, Trish, Yinrun, Chanel, maybe even Jenkin at this point.
I was going to say Jenkin as well, because
I think if it's Jenkin and Hallie,
I love Jenkin as well. So
I like Jenkin. I think Jenkin is starting to be a bit too much of a complainer. And not complaining about like anything specific. He's just complaining about life. And like I get that, but
all I wanted was a Kinder Bueno and I didn't get it.
I mean, to be fair, he also had one of the worst first weeks I've seen on BBK. So like I understand him being a complainer. I get it. Yes. But yeah, so
sorry.
Okay. No, go ahead.
I just really love that line. Just all I wanted was a Kinder Bueno and I didn't get it.
Iconic. But yeah, episode 10 is literally all nominations. That's all that happens.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this wild spread of nominations.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, as you all can see from the visual, if you're watching the visual, and if you're
with
not
the exception of the bottom row because it's being blocked.
Exactly.
Banner,
Henry and Zach received the most nominations and were thus up for eviction. Zach had the most nominations with 5, coming from Chanel, Hallie, Henry, Jenkin, and Carrie. There's something in common with all of those people. I'm not going to say it, but Henry received 4 nominations from Dylan, Jenkin, Naki, and Olivia. And then there were 5 people tied with 3 nominations each. And I think if there were less people with 3 nominations, I think we could have seen more than 2 people up for eviction.
I agree.
But
I would have loved it if it was like, oh, so many people up for eviction.
Could you imagine week 2, 7 people are up for eviction?
Exactly.
I would have lived. I would have fucking lived. That would have been so good.
It would have been so good.
But no, that's not what happened. Yeah. So Jordan got 3 nominations from Naki, from the piece of shit man, and
the Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man and the piece of shit man. Carrie received 3 nominations from the Invisible Man, Yinrun,
and Trish.
Which I was a little surprised about in the moment, and then I thought about it more, and I was like, no, that makes sense.
It makes sense, especially because Yinrun had nominated Carrie last year.
Exactly. Maddie received 3 nominations from Dylan, Carrie, and Olivia. That one kind of surprised me.
That did surprise me.
It seemed like and in their explanations of it, it honestly felt like all 3 of them were like, I don't really know who else to nominate, and I haven't really talked to Maddie, so that's why.
Yeah.
So,
but also there was like a little like kind of situation that came up. Mm-hmm. I believe it was slightly after nominations of like, Maddie eats way too much.
Okay, and
but then again, Olivia did nominate Farida because of the salmon. But
corn and salmon.
Yes.
Paul got 3 nominations from Henry, Jordan, and Trish. Trish got 3 nominations from Chanel, Hallie, and the piece of shit man. Hallie received 2 nominations from the Invisible Man and the Evicted Man. Naki received 2 nominations from Jordan and Yinrun. Yinrun's nominations were interesting. Carrie and Naki for 2 very different reasons.
Yeah.
And I know Yinrun's been struggling with nominations, so like I get it, but and then Olivia received 2 nominations from Maddie and Zach. So the only people that did not receive nominations were Yinrun, Chanel, Jenkin,
Dylan,
and Dylan.
and the Invisible Man.
Oh, the Invisible Man. Because he's invisible!
Invisible!
So, other than the ones we already talked about, Aneesa, did anything really stand out to you as like, oh, that person nominated them? Okay.
Really just like a bunch of the Maddie, like when Maddie's name was thrown out there, it surprised me a lot because I was like, oh, no one had really talked to Maddie or like no one had really mentioned about Maddie in that kind of particular sense, unless it was probably other than the fact that they didn't connect as much during their time there.
Yeah. Totally. I think most of them made sense, if I'm being honest.
I feel the same.
I'm kind of surprised Carrie didn't receive more nominations.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm also surprised Carrie didn't receive more.
I thought Carrie would have been up there for sure. If Carrie had been up for Eviction, Carrie would have gone.
Yeah.
As we heard the crowd chanting. But, But yeah, so that is what we are at with nominations. Zach and Henry were up for Eviction. One of them was evicted. We'll talk about that very shortly.
But
yes.
I don't know where you were going to go, but there was something after that I did want to bring up, and there was another task. There was another little secret mission.
Yep. Oh, yeah, speak on it.
Not that I would be able to remember this in detail because I did not take my notes in time. But we did have a little fast food mission where Chanel and Jenkin made some food for the rest of the house, and Tom was the lovely delivery driver or biker in this sense. And I will say, some of these house guests, like when they had to eat what they ate, I was like, I probably could have had some of that too. But also like others there where I was like, oh, I don't envy. I think really the most interesting thing for me was the pairing of like everyone.
Yeah.
Because it was like Carrie and I forget who, Paul, I believe. In the diary room, we had Hallie and Naki.
Yeah.
In the mezzanine.
Yeah.
We had Dylan and Yinrun on the top of the kitchen table.
Right.
We had Maddie and Jordan in bed together on Tom's bed.
And that kind of spurred some things.
Well, it was starting to spark even beforehand while they were camping.
Love triangle.
Jordan even spoke on that, being like, oh, I just don't want to make sure I just want to make boundaries for myself. I think Maddie's very attractive.
I love that people are still like, no, I don't think Jordan swings that way. I'm like, he fully does.
He
said it on several occasions and also called Maddie attractive.
Yes.
Honestly, can this love triangle just become a throuple? I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with that too.
I don't think Maddie and Henry would.
That's the thing.
But I would love to see a throuple. That'd be so cute.
That would be cute.
It would be so cute. But
also Maddie's in an open relationship too, so it's like
exactly. Polycule. My favorite. I thought this task was dumb, if I'm being honest. The tasks this week on a whole, dumb.
Somehow they passed it though, because they did manage to win
Good.
themselves some free takeaway of their choice, and I guess they chose Chinese food.
I would.
I'm personally very picky on my Chinese food,
Oh, okay.
unless it was like, I feel it, because here in Canada, here in Toronto at least, there's only like probably like one Chinese like restaurant that I would fully go to.
You mean Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Scarborough, if you want to be more specific. Whoa, Burn, if you want to be more specific than
The
that.
only thing is I wouldn't add Scarborough or Woburn because there are multiple branches of this place. So
Got it. Got it. I, being in Arizona, actually have a wealth of good Chinese food near me. I have one right up the road. It's so good. But I've also started like making my own Chinese food as authentically as I can, being very white.
Yes,
Very white. I love Chinese food though.
I do love Chinese food.
What's your go-to?
Barbecue pork rice noodle rolls as well as turnip patties.
Period.
Because it always comes with that little like garlic.
Yes. Period. Period.
So good.
I'm basic usually. I love a sesame chicken.
Like orange chicken or like
no sesame chicken.
Okay.
I do like an orange chicken. I like a lemon chicken. Most things with citrus in it, I'm a fan of. But if I can get sesame chicken with that like thick, sticky sesame sauce all over it, so good.
Yeah.
And I've tried to replicate it and I can't. Either that or I love a good beef lo mein. That's like, give me a noodle dish, here for it.
Yeah.
Give me beef lo mein, chicken chow mein, beef chow mein, like all of it. I want all of it.
Yeah.
Like, I want all of it.
Although it's funny because I believe there was like someone, it was probably like Jordan or something. I was like, oh, I don't like Chinese food. Oh yes, it was Jordan. Because
of course it was Jordan.
Yes, he was like, I don't really like Chinese food. He's just chilling there with prawn chips.
With I know.
Like, crackers.
Like, oh, poor baby.
Poor baby.
I kind of felt bad, but also like, whatever. I'm glad they got their food because they. I don't even think we mentioned they failed the shopping task, so we're on an economy shopping budget.
Yes.
So.
And there was a whole thing about lamb chops.
Oh, God forbid the lamb chops. God forbid. And then we get the eviction.
We do get the eviction.
And Zach gets evicted.
Not really surprised.
I was. I think for me, I like everything I've been seeing on Twitter, and I haven't been as active on BBUK Twitter as I would like to be, I'll be honest.
Right.
Just because, there's too much reality TV happening right now, and we're covering all of it. But from what I saw, everyone was like, Henry.
Right. But I think also...
And I'm like,
I think, but also, I feel like not possibly making an accusation, but it could it could be the edit that Zach is getting this week as well.
I definitely think it could be as well. I definitely think it could be because he was getting kind of like the game player edit.
He was getting the game player edit, but there was also kind of this like almost lighthearted conversation of like there was Zach, there was Hallie was there was Trish, all in the kitchen, and it was like, and Olivia too, and it was almost like Zach's a misogynist kind of thing.
Yeah, I didn't get it, but honestly, whatever. But yep, Zach's gone.
But also, I think I did see a bunch of like hosts. Sorry, I'm going on about this.
Please do. No, please do.
That's what happens when I'm tired. I talk too much. But
I get it.
I did see like some comments on social media, various social medias, being like, oh, let's save Henry because Yinrin is friends with Henry, and we want to make sure Yinrin is still happy.
And honestly, that's fine.
And I love that.
That's fine with me.
Because I actually do see that Yinrin is like happy with like the group that she's with like Trish, Maddie, Jordan, Henry.
Yeah. That group is adorable. And if that was the final 5, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, and I think that's what a good majority of the socials have said.
Well, you know what? If he was saved for Yinrun, then that is fine with me.
Mm-hmm. And amidst all of that, we also get a whole bunch of the audience screaming, "Get Carrie
out!
Carrie out!"
And she didn't like that.
She did not like that. I didn't. Okay, I'm surprised, but at the same time, not surprised that the audience is able to hear that. But then again, the audience is loud. But
well, they can hear all of it. Like they used to all the time. It used to be louder, honestly.
Yeah,
I think it's just because they have a smaller audience size,
right?
Honestly. But she then, I think, also said later. I think this might have been on the live stream. I think she said later, oh, it was probably a bunch of Zach fans. And it's like, no, darling. No, darling. Everybody wants you out. And the moment you get put up for eviction again, whoever you're up against is safe.
Yeah, and I have also seen like, kind of Carrie's reactions towards it being like, oh, and this might be a spoiler because it is a possibility that they air it on tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow. Yeah. Yes, they'll air it tomorrow. Being like, oh, they're saying that because I have pushed so hard to save Henry. Being that the public chose to save over Zach.
No, baby. No, baby. It's because you're a Tory and you're a piece of shit. That's why. But that's that. That's really honestly it.
That is that. If Lewis was here, he would have chimed in a lot more than the both of us have. Because
exactly.
That's our token British.
Woo! He's the one that gets to go to these things, and instead we just have to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is that for our week 2 recap. In under 45 minutes, I'm genuinely impressed with
this. In under an hour more, yeah.
I'm impressed with this. So we will be back hopefully twice next week. It probably will be twice next week to talk all things BBUK Week 3. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Follow all of our socials at The Cup Pod. You could go follow me and Aneesa on Twitter as well. Make sure to get your cup merch, including but not limited to the cup mug.
Yep.
Hit all the links in the description below. That's just what you need to do.
And make sure you hit the bell so that you are the first to get our notifications.
And with all that being said, cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.